This is probably why the law of attraction is not working in your life right now. It's something that I'm noticing also in my life right now, and it's kind of obvious, but I've tried to use the law of attraction for now, let's say, like 1 year, really like rigorously and more in a more consistent way. And they always say that what's most important is not what you think, but the feeling behind it. And sometimes I have moments where I feel super good and I'm joyful and grateful and I laugh. And in these moments, I notice how rare like these moments are in my life, where I really feel like super positive. And then I'm like, but that's basically what's most important to the law of attraction. It's like the emotions that you feel, the range of emotions that you feel, that's what's going to propel you in the direction that you want. And if I look at my life, honestly, I don't feel the emotions that I'd actually need to feel in order to go to the reality that I want. And so when I look at my life and I look at my emotions, then I'm like, now I really kind of understand why it's not working. Because I I don't know if like you can try to make an inventory of the emotions you feel throughout the day. And for me, it's like it's probably a wild mix between like peacefulness, laughter, joy. You can use whatever words you want. It's not, but also like stress, anxiety, fear, tension. So this is also stuff that I feel every day, and I make great progress. Like a few years ago, my normal emotional state was basically tensed, being tense all the time, tense or fearful, or sometimes even panicked when I was really out of my comfort zone and I was facing my fears. And so I think that what you got to aim for if you want to make this work, and that's what I'm going to do, is the emotion. So if you use processes with the law of attraction that don't trigger uh, real positive emotions in you, then you can almost predict that they're not gonna work. They're not going to work because it's not about what you're doing or what you're thinking so much, but more it's more like about how you feel. And so that's why now I'm kind of shifting how I see this in my life and how I'm going to use it. And I'm going to prioritize how I feel. And that's why I want to drop all the habits that just like suck shit in my life that don't make me feel good. Maybe it's because I'm not good enough or whatever, to do them. That's all right. But the result is that the fact is that they don't make me feel good. So it's just like going to be way more effective to invest my time in stuff that actually makes me feel good. So for example, if you try to visualize and it makes you feel like shit because you're not good at it or because you don't like it, you're actually going to just like get further away from what you want than by reading a book that has nothing to do with what you want but that makes you feel good. So it's really about the feeling. So I think the key is really to find what makes you feel good. For certain people, it's like visualizing stuff, and I think visualization is actually like super useful. And I'm definitely like I made a break, but I'm definitely going to do it again. It's a skill. So you definitely have like to suck at the beginning and then become good. So I'm not saying it's bad at all. But I think that what was not easy for me is to actually find like what makes me feel good. And I still don't know which vision for my life actually makes me feel good. I'm not sure. Um, I've tried different things, and it's like it's so. It's a process of like learning who you are, what you really desire in life, and what you're here for on earth. Like, how can you help people? because I think that we feel the best emotions. I feel the best emotions when I do something for other people. When I make gifts, or when I really try to help, and these are the moments where I feel very good. And so I think it's got to be like some kind of mix of your abilities, where you just like apply what you're best at and you use it to help other people, and that's where you're gonna feel great. And so that's what I'm trying to look for in my life. How do I trigger these emotions? And how much do we have? 540. What's also important to know, and that's something that I read in the book Ask and It Is Given, and it's that it's not easy. Like, the law of attraction works for everything. It works also for thoughts. And if you're thinking negative thoughts all the time, you're going to attract negative thoughts. You're going to activate like neural patterns that are going to be negative, negative, negative. And if you want to go from like a really negative state of mind to something way more positive, like gratitude, it doesn't actually work. Like, I don't know, maybe I don't remember if in the book they say that it works or not, but they say that there's like a range of emotions, and you got to like slowly, step by step, climb up this ladder, rather than trying to go at the top directly, because you won't be able to do so. And that's what I'm noticing in my life. I still feel a lot of anxiety and fear, and I also try to be grateful, to feel awesome during my meditations and whatnot. And I felt like this is counterproductive. It is so frustrating because it doesn't fucking work. And I noticed that what works best is to relax first. First, I need to kind of get rid of the negative emotions before I can like step it up and feel other emotions like gratitude, love, and joy. It's like a kind of a gradual thing. So I don't know exactly how it works. I think you can work your way up pretty quickly, actually. For example, in the meditation, in one single meditation, I think you can work yourself up to like really good emotions if you do it the right way. But let's say you're pissed during your day, and then you try to visualize something that's super positive. Then for me, that doesn't work, because I feel like I have to, there's just this giant like this giant gap, emotional gap, that I have to fill. And first, it's way more effective if I center myself again, if I relax, and then I'm slowly being grateful, and and then like going positive. So that's also something that's important for me. So just to wrap it up, what I wanted to say is, find the stuff that makes you feel good, and try also to work with your negative emotions and to see how you can get rid of them. You're not really getting rid of them, because if you try to escape your negative emotions, they're gonna get bigger. So I'm still in the process of like finding what works for me, and I think I'm kind of like on my way to what works for me, but it's not the same for everyone. And so try to work yourself up in this ladder of emotions, like progressively. It can be quick, but don't be frustrated if you're like super negative and you can feel super positive like this, because it's not that easy. So you gotta first relax, or find a way to work yourself up. Thanks for listening.